Please welcome to present our second award, the Calamos Service Award, decorated Vietnam veteran and chairman of the National Hellenic Museum, John Calamos.
I am honored to be with you all today to present the Calamos Service Award in recognition to our Vietnam veterans. As you may know, those who served in Vietnam were not welcomed home with warmth or parades. Instead of being thanked for our service to our country, we were often criticized and even disparaged, often by our own communities, families, and friends. Nothing can take back the impact of these difficult homecomings, but each day gives us the opportunity to revisit history and do better. I would like to thank Oki Day Foundation for joining me in the recognition of Vietnam veterans to acknowledge the great sacrifices and bravery of those who served. As chairman of the National Hellenic Museum, I would also like to thank the Oki Day Foundation for partnering with us to capture and preserve oral histories. Together, we will ensure that our veterans are not forgotten. Their stories will be available to educate and to inspire generations to come. Historical stories like that of today's honoree, George Hiotis. The Calamos Service Award celebrates the Hellenic values of civic responsibility and service to apply, aptly demonstrated by U.S. Army veterans George Hiotis. Hiotis served with the distinction in the U.S. Army 25th Infantry Division, the 4th Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment, and promoted to sergeant. Hiotis served from 1967 to 1969 with deployments that included a year in Vietnam, 10 months in Germany, and brief stops in Japan, the Philippines, and Australia. His bravery and service were recognized with numerous honors, including the Purple Heart, Bronze Star, National Defense Medal, Vietnam Service Award, and Vietnam Campaign Medal. Following his honorary military service, Hiotis, along with his three brothers, opened a Huck Finn Restaurant and Donuts in 1971. Over the years, they expanded to 3 locations, and the restaurants remain beloved Chicago institution to this day. For over 55 years, Hiotis has played an active role in the family business, serving as part owner and overseeing operations as president of Hiotis Ltd. And 3 other companies. With our shared Chicago roots and dedication to our country, I am honored to recognize George for his service, sacrifice, and most importantly, lifelong embodiment through the best of our military and Hellenic communities. Please welcome the 2020 Calamos Service Award recipient, George Hiotis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Calamos. My name is George Hiotis, and I have the honor of saying a few words on behalf of my uncle, George Hiotis, who I also share the same name with. Esteemed guests and fellow honorees, I'm deeply honored to accept the Washington Oki Day Foundation Calamos Service Award today. Standing here, I reflect on a journey that began over 70 years ago in Akladokabos, Greece. My life has taken me from a small Greek village to serving in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, and later to building a family business in Chicago that has been in my heart and pride over 5 decades. Known to some as the Greek, and to others as simply George, I am filled with gratitude and a sense of duty to my family, community, and country. Today I am humbled to join those who embody the spirit of Oki. That spirit of resilience, courage, and determination that the find so much of the Greek American spirit. As a young immigrant, I arrived in the United States at 14 alongside my brother in search of a new beginning and reuniting with family. The values I was raised with, hard work, resilience, and loyalty, guided me each step of my journey from settling in Chicago to my service in the U.S. Army's 25th Infantry Division, 4th Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment, known as the Manchu. I served from 1967 to 1969, including a year in Vietnam, where I faced both the hardships and the brotherhood that come with war. In 1980, I married my wife, Linda, who has been my unwavering partner through all my life's moments. In 1998, we were blessed to adopt our daughter, Georgia. She has been a constant source of joy and pride, most recently as I walked her down the aisle on October 26th to marry her husband, Matthew. Georgia, like her generation, understands the value of courage, resilience, and service, and has always been proud of my time as a Vietnam veteran. One of my most cherished and eye-opening moments as a Vietnam veteran was when my daughter's school invited me to speak to her classmates about the war and my experiences. Georgia was in middle school when she realized that the Vietnam War might not be covered in the social studies curriculum before the school year ended. At just 12 years old, she felt it was important for her peers to have a firsthand understanding of the war I served in. She took it upon herself to speak with her teacher and principal, determined to ensure this part of American history wasn't overlooked for her classmates. When I gave my presentation and shared some of my experience, it was unlike anything I encountered since returning home. I was met with genuine attention and admiration. Her classmates thanked me for my service, shook my hand, and treated me with kindness, which left me deeply moved. It highlighted a powerful generational difference from the hostility and even disrespect I faced when I returned home to being honored and appreciated by 12 and 13-year-olds. It was an emotional experience, one that offered me a sense of healing and recognition that has been absent for so long. The generations that follow mine seem to understand the complexities we face, extending the gratitude and welcome that so many of us have missed. Receiving this award today, I am filled with gratitude for the opportunity to serve both in uniform and within my community. This honor is a tribute to everyone who has upheld the spirit of Ohi, standing firm in the face of adversity, whether in battle or in daily life. To my family, my community, and all here, thank you for supporting this legacy of resilience and commitment. May we continue to honor our history and pass down these values, knowing that each act of service, each decision made in the face of difficulty leaves a lasting impact on future generations. Thank you again to Washington Oki Day Foundation and to Mr. Calamos for this incredible honor, and to everyone here today, your support and dedication to these enduring values. Thank you.